Hi, I'm Dave Vickers and welcome to this photography tutorial. The idea of these tutorials is to give you a basic overview of how your camera works to help improve your photography and also get you away from using your camera in automatic mode and more towards using it in manual and having more control. Now, photography is basically about controlling light to record an image on your digital sensor. And the first way we're going to look at controlling light is your shutter speed. Shutter speed is normally measured in fractions of a second. Typical values are 1/60th of a second, 125th of a second, 1/250th of a second. And the way this works is, in your camera, between the lens and the digital sensor is what's called your shutter curtain. It's actually made up of two pieces, shutter curtain 1 and shutter curtain 2. And these are normally closed shut, stopping light from reaching the sensor and recording any information. When you push the shutter on your camera, shutter curtain 1 will open, allowing the light through to reach the sensor, followed by shutter curtain 2 closing in behind, blocking off the light and stopping the recording happening. That gap between shutter curtain 1 opening and shutter curtain 2 closing is your shutter speed. For example, if your camera is set at 1/60th of a second, when you push the shutter, shutter curtain 1 will open, allowing the light in, followed 1/60th of a second later by shutter curtain 2 closing in behind, blocking it off and finishing the recording. Let's have a look at the shutter in a real camera and hopefully that'll explain things in more detail. Okay, what I've done here is I've opened up the back of an old film camera. You can't see this on a digital camera because you've got your screen, the electronics and all that in between. Now what we're looking at is this part here. This is your shutter curtain. If I advance the camera on, you can see there's shutter curtain 1 and there's shutter curtain 2 following on behind. And when I fire the shutter, shutter curtain 1 opens, followed by shutter curtain 2 coming in behind. That was at a 60th of a second, that's a bit quick, so let's slow the camera right down, slowing it down to half a second. Let's advance it on, there's shutter curtain 1, followed by shutter curtain 2. Let's fire the shutter, there, curtain 1 opens, followed by curtain 2 close behind. So let's do that one more time, shutter curtain 1, shutter curtain 2. As you fire the shutter, shutter 1 opens, followed by shutter curtain 2. And that is how the shutter works in the camera. Okay, so now we've seen how a shutter works, why would you bother changing your shutter speed at all? Why not just leave it at the fastest shutter speed available and be done with it? There's two reasons really. There's a practical reason and an artistic reason. The practical reason is it gives you control over how much light reaches the sensor to record an image. If you're working outside in bright sunlight, it's going to take less light to record the image on the sensor. So therefore, a faster shutter speed allows less light through to record the image. In low light situations, obviously you've got the opposite way around. It's going to need more light to record the information on the sensor. So a slower shutter speed is open for a longer period of time, allowing more light to reach the sensor to record the image. On an artistic front, let's take for example you're photographing somebody doing the long jump. If you use a fast shutter speed and fire just as they take off, it's going to freeze the action in mid-air because the shutter is open and shut very quickly and only records a split second of that movement. If you use a slow shutter speed, the shutter's open for a longer period of time and is recording more of the movement as they jump, and that will show in the photograph. You'll get a sense of movement within it. Hopefully that's explained it. My name's Dave Vickers. Thanks for watching. See you next time.